Good evening. Just a wrap up of the council meeting for Monday, February 10th, 2014. Not a very big agenda this evening. Consent agenda was only 8 items long. Big ones on there were to accept the donations totaling $34,288 for the Pekagama Golf Course Restroom project. That was a project that started last summer where they went out and they solicited funds specifically for one project, the golf course, that will be happening in the spring of 2013, updating the on-course restroom facilities at the golf course. So that was nice to continue moving that down the path. We also considered the resolution accepting the feasibility report on the public hearing for Crystal Lake Boulevard reconstruction. So you'll see that coming up in the near future. Look for that out there, and if you have comments or concerns with that, make sure that you note the date when that public hearing is, and you'll be able to come in and give comment at that point in time. We okayed the police department going and selling forfeited and impounded vehicles at the MSAA in New York Mills between February 11th and February 28th. On the regular agenda, Steve Flaherty, our fire chief, gave department head report on the fire department, talked about the calls that they've made in 2013, 174 emergency calls, 86 other calls for service. We had one minor incident. That's the first one in 3 years. The officer is okay with just a strained muscle. And there was $610,000 in fire loss as it's represented through the reports that come back from the state fire service. So they did also authorize the purchase of a Firehawk emergency response solutions for SCBA for $4,034. A little breakdown of some of the calls in 2013. There were 45 that were for fires, 11 were for rescues, 51 were for hazardous containment, 11 service calls, and then 80 good incident calls. I'm assuming a good incident call is somebody called, the fire department responded, found that there was nothing wrong, and they'd left. So, Public Works Department, we talked about collaboration agreement with the city of Cohasset. We have cemeteries in Grand Rapids and Cohasset. Grand Rapids Cemetery is approximately 40 acres. Cohasset is 4. We're going to be sharing some services over there on a cemetery sextant, and it's a start and it's a beginning of looking at some of those services between two communities, that there is probably a better way out there to hold down costs. Either party can get out of that contract with a 130-day notice. Talking about the fire department, with regrets, we accepted the resignation of Steve Flaherty from the fire department this evening, effective March 31st. Steve is taking a job that's an elevated job, one of the top jobs in the state under education and training, and he's going to be relocating down to St. Paul and going to be administering education and training on a statewide basis. So what we've been fortunate enough in Grand Rapids to have had during Steve's tenure as the fire chief, the whole state will get to experience that opportunity to work with Steve in the state of Minnesota on enhanced trainings and stuff as they go out. Grand Rapids will still get the opportunity to have that service. Steve's wife, Lisa, is going to stay on. She's also employed at the city, and she will be staying on. You know, she's got six and a half years left, and she would like to get to her retirement date. So we're very thankful of that. That'll keep him in the area for another 6.5 years. But we only wish him well, and we will start that process over the next few weeks of replacing Steve as the fire chief. We paid the bills, and we had a public hearing on Small Cities Development Program, taking a look at some commercial properties along the Highway 2 corridor as you're heading west towards Cohasset. It's a block to 2 blocks wide from Highway 38 out to the far end of town, out around, I believe it's around 19th or 20th Avenue as you're going out that direction, looking for 6 commercial projects. And then there's a bigger area just to the north side of Highway 2 and what we would call the northwest section of Grand Rapids for some redevelopment of residential and owner-occupied rehabilitation projects. So we're moving forward with that, and if we're successful, there will be a grant or an application process that will be out there at some point in time in the near future, where whether you're a business or you're a single-family home or you're a multi or a unit, and you're looking at upgrading and your income levels fall within a specific range, you may be able to go out there and qualify for, I believe it's up to 21,000 on single family, 9,800 on another one, and then 5,400. So more information will be coming out on that. But of that, the uniqueness about this program is that over a period of time, up to 70% of what you borrow can be forgivable. So it's a great opportunity to take a look at some of the areas in the city of Grand Rapids and do some facelifts, whether it's a commercial building or a residence or a multifamily unit, and do some facelifting of those units in Grand Rapids. So that went through the public hearing. Some questions were asked to Rob how it would work. No public input on that hearing tonight. So we are holding our fingers crossed in hopes that we will be selected to move forward with that. And with that, we look forward to seeing everyone in 2 weeks. I believe that would be the 24th. Hope everyone has a nice week and evening, and stay warm.